Assalamu alaikum dear students, this is your instructor Sayyid Ali Samir Askari, and today we will going to learn that how can we prepare a cost of goods manufacturer statement, cost of goods sold statement and income statement. So this is our question. The accounting department of the Garrison Company provided the following data for May: sales 72,000, marketing expenses 5%, administrative expenses 1%, other expenses 0.5% of all sales, purchases 36,000, factory overhead 2/3 of direct labor, and direct labor is 15,000, right? And these are the beginning and ending inventories. Let me highlight. So what we have required to do is to prepare a cost of goods manufacturer statement, cost of goods sold statement and income statement, right? The first thing we take when we prepare a cost of goods manufacturer statement is raw material opening. How much amount? Raw material opening is 8,000. Then we add purchases. The amount of purchases is 36,000. So when we add these two values, what we get? 44,000. And this is our raw material available for use. Right? Then we deduct the value of raw material ending. Raw material ending is 8,500. So when we deduct this 8,500 from 44,000, we get 35,500, and this is our raw material used, right? Then we add direct labor and factory overhead. Our direct labor is 15,000. And the factory overhead cost is 2/3 of direct labor. So it means we will multiply this 15,000 to 2, then we divide it to 3. So what we get? 10,000. Now we will add these three values, and this will be our total manufacturing cost. When we add these three values, we get 60,500, right? Then we add work in process beginning or opening, our work in process opening is 8,000. So when we add these two values, we will get our work in process amount for the year. $60,500 plus 8,000 is 68,500. Then we will deduct the value of work in process ending, work in process ending is 15,200. So when we deduct this 15,200 from 68,500, we will get our COGM, cost of goods manufactured. 15,200 will be deducted from 68,500. So what we get? 53,300, which is our cost of goods manufactured. So we have completed our requirement number 1. Now we will do our requirement number 2, which is cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. The first thing we take when we prepare a cost of goods sold statement is finished goods opening. Finished goods opening amount is 7,000. Then we add our COGM cost, which we have just found out, which is 53,300. So when we add these two values, we get our goods available for sale. 53,300 plus 7,000 is 60,300. Then we deduct finished goods ending, and the amount of finished goods ending is 10,200. So when we deduct this 10,200 from 60,300, we get our cost of goods sold, right? 60,300 plus less 10,200 is 50,100, right? We have deducted the value of finished goods ending from goods available for sale. 60,300 minus 10,200 is 50,100, right? So we have completed our requirement number 2, and now we are going to prepare a income statement. Let me tell you one thing. When we prepare an income statement, first thing we take is sales or net sales, right? The amount of sales is 72,000. Then we deduct the value of cost of goods sold. How much? 50,100. So when we deduct 50,100 from 72,000, we get our gross profit. which is 21,900, right? We deducted the value of cost of goods sold from sales, so we get 21,900. Then we will deduct all the operating expenses. Marketing expenses was 5%, so basically we will take 5% of sales, right? So we will take this 5% of 72,000. So the 5% of 72,000 is 3,600. Marketing expenses 3,600. How to calculate the percentage? You will multiply this 72,500 to 5, then you will divide it to 100, so you get the percentage, right? Administrative expenses 1%, and the 1% of 72,000 is 720. $720, right? Then our other expenses was 0.5% of all sales, right? So we will find out the 0.5% of 72,000. The 0.5% of 72,000 is 360. Now we will add these three expenses, right? So what we get? 4,680. This is our total operating expenses, right? So we will deduct this 4,680 to 21,900, so we get our net income, or you can say operating income. So when we deduct this 4,680 from 21,900, so we get 17,220, right? So we have also completed our requirement number 3. If you guys have any problem related to this topic, you can ask in the comment section, and I will be very happy to respond you, and inshallah I will be back with a new video. Until then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.